by Southwest Festival this year, the film follows the story of a 20-something named Johnny Martello, Don Jon to his friends. Jon has a way with the ladies, being able to seduce a different girl into his bed with a look, a dance, and a quick makeout session. He never strikes out. One night, a dime named Barbara, played by Scarlett Johansson, walks into the bar and Jon can't take his eyes off of her. She shuts him down when he tries to make out with her, and for the first time he submits to the chase. One little problem. Jon has an extreme affinity for porn, to the point that he'll finish having sex with a real girl to go open his laptop and satisfy himself. Throughout the course of this film, as Jon gets closer to Barbara, introducing her to his parents, waiting months until having sex, taking night classes to please her, it becomes clear that while Jon is telling himself he's happy in his relationship, he's really not. My favorite moment of this film is when Barbara catches Jon watching porn the first time and asks him how he could be so disgusting as to find porn attractive. He goes into an extremely self-deprecating speech about how only sickos who can't get laid watch porn, or how it's disgusting, how a man with a girl as beautiful as Barbara shouldn't need to watch porn. It's all lies, and it's how he feels about himself. There are definitely some interesting takes and direction throughout Don Jon, which work well in some scenes and in others not so much. Luckily, those changes don't serve as a detriment to the film. Don Jon is a fun and fascinating look at how the media has shaped the way adults view relationships, regardless of whether they're watching porn or rom-coms. With all this said, I give it 4 stars. If you don't mind seeing lots of boobies or talking about sex in 500 different ways, this movie will really make you think about how our generation views relationships. Don Jon is in theaters now, and if you won't take my word for it, here's Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Tony Danza to tell you personally, in an interview. Roll it.
Firstly, congratulations on your directorial debut. I've really enjoyed the film.
Oh, really great, thanks.
Yeah, it was a different take on a love story. It's very different than what's in Hollywood right now. How did you come up with this idea, and what was the writing process like?
Well, the writing process took years. You know, I had lots of different versions of this idea kind of rolling around in my head. But the basic, gist of it is I wanted to tell a story about, it is a love story, but it's sort of about what I feel like's always getting in the way of love. And that's how people objectify each other. Rather than treating each other like people, unique people, we treat each other as objects. And I think men do it to women, and women do it to men. We're always comparing each other to these expectations that we have. And we learn those expectations from different places, like our friends, our family, our church, or different kinds of media, which fascinates me in particular. So I thought a story that centered around a relationship between a guy who watches too much pornography and a girl who watches too much, romantic Hollywood movies would be a really funny way to sort of get at these questions.
What were some of the challenges of having to act while directing?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. As an actor, and I've felt this before too, you don't like seeing the sight of your own face or hearing the sound of your own voice. It can freak you out. But I've just been doing it for a long time now. I just turned 32. For my 21st birthday, I bought myself my first copy of Final Cut Pro, just video editing software.
Right.
And I would just shoot little videos of myself and cut them together into things. And by now I've made countless, I don't even know how many, little short films and videos and stuff. And I've been in a lot of them. And so I think just with practice, I got used to seeing my own face and hearing my own voice. And that's why I feel like I was able to sort of be productive about it, making this movie.
You guys have known each other for a long